Imagine shrinking the entire world economy down to just 100 people. 8 billion humans, all their money, jobs, and wealth in one village. What would that village actually look like? Let's walk through it together. First, let's talk about work. 61 people have jobs right now. The remaining 39 are kids, retirees, students, or currently unemployed. Of those 61 workers, 26 work in service jobs daily. 22 are in industry, building, manufacturing, and making physical things. Only 13 people in our village work in agriculture and farming. Now here's where things get interesting. Let's look at the money. The richest person in the village owns 40% of everything. The next 9 wealthiest people together own another 30% total. So just 10 people in our village control 70% wealth. The remaining 90 people? They share the last 30% together.
In fact, 50 people in the village own almost nothing at all. Let's look at debt. 15 people owe more than they own. They're stuck in cycles of loans, credit cards, and financial stress. Now let's talk about income. Who earns what every single day? 10 people live on less than $2 a day, surviving barely. 50 live on less than $10, struggling to meet basic needs. Only 20 people earn over $50 every single day here. And just one person earns over $200 daily, living luxuriously. What about housing? 77 people have a roof over heads, but 23 have inadequate shelter or live on the streets. 87 people have access to safe drinking water every day. 13 still lack clean water, risking their health with every drink. 75 have electricity powering their homes and lives safely. 25 live without it, in darkness when the sun goes. Here's education. 87 adults in the village can read fluently. 13 cannot read at all, locked out from so much. Only 7 people have a college degree in this village worldwide. 60 have internet access, connected to the whole digital world. 40 remain offline, isolated from information, opportunities, and global conversations. Let's talk health. 70 people have access to medical care. 30 have little to none, suffering from preventable diseases daily. What about food security? 11 people are severely undernourished always. 26 are overweight or obese, facing different health struggles. 63 have adequate nutrition, balanced meals, and healthy eating daily. Now here's power. 51 people in the village are women. 49 are men, yet men still hold most leadership positions. 60 are Asian, making up the majority of our global village. 17 are African, 11 are European, and 9 are Latin. Just 5 are North American in our 100-person world. 33 are Christian, 22 are Muslim, and 15 Hindu. 7 are Buddhist, and 23 follow other beliefs or none. 12 speak Chinese, 6 speak Spanish, and 5 speak English. The rest speak over 7,000 different languages across the village. 26 are children under 15, still growing and learning daily. 9 are over 65, holding wisdom from decades of life. This year, 1 person will die and 2 new babies arrive. So the village population keeps growing, just like our real world. Now let's talk carbon. The richest 10 produce half emissions. The poorest 50 produce just 10% of all pollution total. Yet those 50 will suffer the most from climate change effects. What about waste? The richest 20 create 80% of trash. If everyone lived like the richest 10, we'd need 3 planets. But we only have 1 Earth for all 100 together. Here's something hopeful. Child mortality has dropped by 60% recently. Extreme poverty has been cut in half over just 30 years. Literacy rates keep rising worldwide. Education spreading to more people constantly.
Life expectancy has doubled in just 1 century of human progress. But here's the challenge. Inequality keeps growing faster than ever before. The richest person's wealth grows faster than the entire village combined. Meanwhile, 50 people's combined income hasn't moved in 20 years overall. So what does this village teach us about our real world? First, we are far more connected than we usually think or realize. Your phone was made with labor from 20 different countries worldwide. Your morning coffee involved workers across 4 continents before reaching you. Second lesson. A small number control most of the resources everywhere. But that's not inevitable or natural. It's a choice we make. Third, where you're born determines 90% of your life outcomes. Being born in the richest countries gives you head starts immediately. Fourth, most problems are solvable with our existing resources right now. We produce enough food globally to feed every single person easily. Ending extreme poverty would cost less than global military spending annually. Clean water for everyone would cost less than luxury goods sold. The challenge isn't resources. It's distribution, priorities, and political will always. Fifth, small changes can create massive ripple effects across everyone's lives. When one person gets educated, whole families escape poverty over generations. When women gain economic power, child health and education rates skyrocket. When communities get clean water, productivity doubles and diseases drop dramatically. Sixth, we're living in the most prosperous time in history overall. But we're also at a critical turning point for our planet. Climate change won't respect borders, wealth, or power at all eventually. What happens to the poorest 50 will eventually impact everyone here. Seventh, you're likely in the global wealthy group already, statistically speaking. If you earn over $15,000 yearly, you're top 20. If you have shelter, food security, and internet, you're incredibly privileged. That's not guilt, it's perspective to use power wisely and well. So what can we actually do with this knowledge and awareness? First, consume consciously. Your purchases vote for the world you want. Second, give strategically. Small donations can transform lives when directed well. Third, vote for policies that reduce inequality and environmental harm everywhere. Fourth, share knowledge. Education is the most powerful tool for change. Fifth, remember that we are all neighbors in this one village together. What affects one person in our village affects the whole community. This isn't just statistics. These are real lives, dreams, and futures. Behind every number is a human with hopes identical to yours. The world is smaller, more connected, and more fragile than ever. But it's also more full of potential and possibility than before. We are all living in one village. How will you be a neighbor?